There is no officially supported dark mode for Dynamics 365 or model-driven apps currently, but it is possible to switch to a darker interface. Whether you want to reduce eye strain in low light or conserve battery life, there are various reasons for wanting to enable this. The issue is there isn't a toggle that allows end users to activate dark mode. However, members of the Power Platform community have shared a workaround to enable this, albeit with some limitations. To try it, add this string extension to your Dynamics or app URL. We've included it in the video description so you can easily copy and test. Just go to your browser and at the end of the long URL, paste in the extension. Once your page reloads, you should see the updated interface. This setting isn't persistent, so you'll have to repeat this for each new session if you want to view in dark mode, or if you want this to be your default, you can update your bookmarks. There is another variation which can be used via this alternative string, which is similar, but it displays the clickable links in purple rather than blue. Let's revert to the original dark mode and examine further. We're on the contacts grid in the Sales Hub, and on first impression this looks pretty good. The sitemap, the main grid view and the Copilot side panel are all nicely presented in a darkened interface. This also applies to the overlays for the controls to edit grid columns, as well as changing the filters for this particular view. However, on this display, several icons in the sitemap aren't visible, which includes the new Sales Research Agent as well as the Opportunities icon. This is a common issue where some icons appear black or grey instead of white, making them less visible to end users. Another example in this screen is the More Commands icon in the toolbar. Even upon hovering over this space where I know it is, the icon isn't visible, but the list opens in the usual way. Also within this, icons for a couple of commands for Flow and Show As aren't easily accessible. If you're trying this experimental dark mode hack, you'll encounter similar issues of colour compatibility between light and dark modes. Switching to a contact form, the experience is mostly positive. For example, clicking a lookup field maintains the dark mode. Also, within choice fields, the available list selection appears dark throughout. In this example, the related account record link is visible, as are associated opportunities, but there is a little wrinkle here in the subgrid where the Select All text and tick box isn't easily visible. Moving on to the Details tab, we have a date field and this looks okay in dark mode. If you're using Customer Insights, from this Insights tab you'll have visibility of contact interactions in response to your marketing emails and other messages, which is nicely rendered in dark mode. The tab control between real-time journeys and outbound marketing is another example of colour incompatibility, but since the outbound module has been deprecated, that's probably less of an issue in this particular instance. The communications view is less effective because we're presented with a mishmash of some dark mode, but the main components still have a light background. This is a helpful screen to check contact consent and understand if people will receive marketing messages, and although the details are essentially visible, it's a reminder that dark mode remains an unsupported feature at the time of recording. There is a similar experience on the account form where dark mode hasn't been applied to this Copilot summary. Improvements are being made behind the scenes. For instance, app makers and control developers can detect dark mode to address colour compatibility and contrast issues between the two modes, so accessibility can be built into solutions. We've also seen evidence of improvements to the main functionality and interface. For example, previously the Copilot panel wasn't shown in dark mode. Also, the new Copilot chart visuals were in light mode when initially released in preview, but these now appear correctly when the workaround hack is applied. Although the chart selector and command list still have the common contrast issues, with the text barely visible even when hovering over a selection. And that just about sums up the dark mode feature at the current time. It's mostly usable, but you do have to navigate these limitations. We're aware of some notable exceptions where this experimental feature doesn't work at all. Firstly, the Sales Accelerator, which includes the Work List, Up Next widget and Sequence Designer, which remain in light mode. Also in the main Customer Insights app, where the Journey Designer and elements of the email editor aren't fully compatible with dark mode. So will we eventually see an officially supported dark mode for Dynamics and model-driven apps? This article on the Power Apps documentation site opens the door to that possibility. With the Fluent design system now providing a unified foundation for extensibility, Microsoft is hinting at a potential dark mode feature at some point. And like many users, we're looking forward to that arriving sometime soon for the extra flexibility of being able to easily toggle between light and dark modes. Thanks for watching, and if you got value from this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the ServerSys channel.